Cebu is a province of the Philippines, in the country's Central Visayas region, comprising Cebu Island and more than 150 smaller surrounding islands and islets. Its prosperous port capital, Cebu City, retains landmarks from its 16th-century Spanish colonial past, including the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño church and triangular Fort San Pedro. Tops, an observation deck on Mount Busay, has sweeping views over the city. Planning to go to Cebu, and wondering what Cebu tourist spots you should visit? Surely, Cebu has many beautiful sights. And, you would want to go to all or choose from the best Cebu tourist attractions guide. Find out what and where these places are. Then, you may know how to get there as you read on. Do you like adventure? Do you like to travel to different parts of the Philippines? Or do you like to have a vacation on the beautiful beaches here in the Philippines? Congratulations, because you are on the right channel. Before we start our new topic, please don't forget to like, to share and subscribe, and press the notification bell button. Let's start Aradan. 25 Best Cebu Tourist Spots 2020. 1. Cebu Taoist Temple. Let's start in the city area. First off, we have Cebu Taoist Temple in Beverly Hills Subdivision, Cebu City. The Chinese Taoism community built this Chinese-style architecture temple in 1972. This temple had become popular because of its artistic structures. Even non-believers of the Taoism religion pay visit to the place. From there, you can see the striking view of the city and even Mactan Island. And of course, for Taoists, this is the ideal place to pray or meditate. Hence, we put it on top of the Cebu Tourist Spots Guide. 2. Temple of Leah. The next tourist attraction is the Temple of Leah, which is along the Cebu Trans-Central Highway. Teodorico Soriano Adarna built this temple in 2012. The temple is a symbol of his undying love for his wife of 53 years, Leah Villa Albino Adarna. The temple has 24 chambers including a museum, an art gallery, and a library. Moreover, this place has Leah's favorite and personal belongings. In addition, Greek and Roman architectures are the inspiration for the temple. Statues of gigantic lions, as well as a grand staircase with brass angels, are decors of this Taj Mahal of Cebu. 3. Sorao Flower Garden. Heading to the more elevated spot is in the Busay area, which is the Sorao Flower Garden. Going there is like experiencing the Netherlands, thus this tourist attraction is commonly called the Little Amsterdam. The array of celosia, or burles, by locals, flowers in flaring red, purple, yellow, orange make it Amsterdam-ish. The put-up windmill and the cool wind complement the scenic view. Hence, this gives the guests a unique, touristy feel. 4. 10,000 Roses of Cebu. Moving to the nearby island of Mactan, you can visit the 10,000 Roses of Cebu. This magnificent spot, which is in Dayas Barangay Road, Cordova, Cebu, has gone viral on social media. 10,000 artificial LED-powered roses surround this certain Roses Cafe and more. Most guests prefer to go there during dusk to see the beautiful sunset while the roses lit up at night. Moreover, the owner of the cafe, who is also an interior designer, intends to create a romantic ambiance for couples. The cafe offers sumptuous food which you can savor while enjoying the wonderful mood with your lover. 5. Osmena Peak. Going south, you could climb the Osmena Peak of Cebu in Mantalangan, Dalaget, pronounced Dalage. Standing at 1,013 meters above sea level, Osmena Peak is the highest point on the entire island. Limestones that have sharp protruding peaks which are perfect for taking pictures make up these hills. The peak is part of the Mantalangan mountain range that stretches as far as the municipality of Batayan. It is considered a twin to Bohol's Chocolate Hills. Further, the main activities here are hiking and camping. Most hikers prefer two hiking trails. The first one begins in Batayan, passing by Kawasan Falls. On the other hand, the other one is in the town of Damanjug, which culminates in Burji Leong. In addition, when you trek going to the top of the mountain, Don't forget to bring your water, it will help you rehydrate. 6. Kawasan Falls. Still in the south of Cebu is the breathtaking Kawasan Falls in Bantayan Municipality. Some hikers from Osmena Peak traverse to Kawasan Falls after camping, but you can just go directly to Kawasan via Barili. Kawasan Falls is a 3-stage cascade of clear turquoise water from mountain springs of the Mantalongan mountain range. The waterfall is a pearl of the Philippines. One of the most popular tourist spots in Cebu South is Kawasan Canyoneering. The canyoneering adventure starts at Canlaub River downstream going to Kawasan Falls. Local accredited guides accompany all tourists and facilitate the activities such as walking, jumping, swimming, climbing, and abseiling through the streams. Most of all, when you do canyoneering, be prepared to be thrilled. 7. Pescadore Island. Pescadore Island is in Tañon Strait, few kilometers off the coast of Moalboal in the south of Cebu Island. It is one of the best diving spots in Cebu. Its island reef is a sandy slope covered with soft coral from 5 to 10 meters 15 to 35 feet. Further, there is a wall covered with hard corals dropping down to about 40 meters 130 feet. In that wall are tons of different species of colorful sea creatures, including sharks. Better to prepare your underwater camera to capture its beautiful corals and different marine species. Another main tourist attraction that is getting popular in this location is the Sardine Run. You can swim with millions of sardines, also known as herring, which is totally amazing. Therefore, brace yourself to experience the magnificent beauty of the underwater. 8. Oslob Whale Sharks. On the other side of the island is where you can experience swimming with the Oslob whale sharks, locally known as the Tuki. Oslob municipality is known for old churches and beautiful beaches but became more popular because of the gentle giants, the whale sharks. Local fishermen would interact with the whale sharks by feeding them, until a large number of tourists began to arrive in Oslob to see the whale sharks being fed. As a result, these tourists snorkel or dive with the whale sharks. Oslob whale shark watching is one of the tops in the bucket lists of tourists who visit Cebu because of the rare experience. Most noteworthy, whenever you have a close encounter with the whale sharks, it is not allowed to touch them. 9. Tumalog Falls. Few kilometers away from the whale shark attraction is the Tumalog Falls. It is also situated in the municipality of Oslob. Locals call this body of water, the Toslob Falls, or Mag-Ambak Falls. Tumalog Falls is a curtain-like waterfall that covers the entire cliff with cool and clear water. Moss embraces the rocks of the cliff which filters the water and gives a certain effect. It is one of a kind and definitely stunning. Hence, this has become one of many's favorite Cebu tourist spots. 10. Sumilan Island Sandbar. Still in Oslob is the small but picturesque island of Sumilan where you can appreciate the sandbar. With its clear azure waters and pristine white sands, Sumilan Island's sandbar is very popular. It mimics a photogenic and mesmerizing tropical paradise that lures all types of travelers. Blue Water Resorts owns the island, hence, spending the night on the island is not allowed unless you are checked in at Sumilan Blue Water Island Resort. But not to worry, they provide day trip tours which include lunch and activities such as snorkeling, hiking, fishing, paddling, and many more. 11. Simila Church. In Sibanga, the southern town of Cebu lies the prestigious Simila Church. Simila Church stretches its grandiose arm as if to welcome religious people all over the globe. The design is inspired by European cathedrals. Not only is the place magnificent in structure, but this also reveals a culture that is deeply seated among Cebuanos, the essence of Roman Catholicism. Monks who are devoted to the Virgin Mary reside in this church. Believers frequent the huge statue of the Virgin Mary since many consider it miraculous. Also, the multitude of Marys dressed in various cultural themes interests visitors. 12. Magellans Cross. King of Spain Charles I chose navigator Ferdinand Magellan to look for the Spice Islands. In doing so, Magellan was able to cross the globe and eventually landed in the Philippines in 1521. Specifically, he made his step in Cebu on March 15, 1521. Magellan presented Christianity to Cebuanos, and most of them embraced the religion. This site is where Magellan planted the cross, which symbolizes Christianity, on April 21, 1521. An encasement protects the original Magellan's Cross. 13. Basilica del Sto Nino. Just right beside the Magellan's Cross is the oldest Christian church in the Philippines. Fray Andres de Urdaneta, OSA and Fray Diego de Herrera, OSA founded Basilica del Sto Nino in 1565. Ferdinand Magellan's Sto Nino, which is the Holy Child Jesus statue, is in this church. He had this Sto Nino when he converted Cebu's chieftain Humabon and his wife to Christianity on April 14, 1521. The See of Rome labels this church as the mother and head of all churches in the Philippines. 14. Colin Street. Basilica del Sto Nino situates in Colin Street, the oldest street in the country. Spanish colonizer Miguel López de Legazpi established the street in 1565. He named the street after Christopher Columbus, who was actually Cristobal Colon. This place is near Cebu ports and is the hub for early commerce. As a result, the first establishments of Cebu are on this street. At present, it is still the hotspot for businesses, theaters, pubs, shopping malls, etc. If you wish to buy your pasalubong, or souvenir, it is in this street where you find stores that sell cheap souvenir items. People commonly celebrate the popular Sinulog festival on Colin Street. 15. The Heritage of Cebu Monument. Lies in Colin Street is the monument portraying Cebu's major historic events. The Heritage of Cebu Monument is in Parian Plaza. Cebuano artist Eduardo Castrillo structured the monument using brass, concrete, steel, and bronze. The sculpting began in July 1997 and completed in December 2000. The features of the monument include Christian conversions, Spanish occupation, battle against foreign colonizers, a prominent Christian figure, and a certain Philippine president. To know the specifics, it is best you visit this site, which stands tall and strong at the heart of the city. 16. Yap San Diego Ancestral House. No need to go further, right across the Heritage of Cebu Monument is the Yap San Diego Ancestral House. This ancestral house is one of the oldest houses in the Philippines. Built during the Spanish era between 1675 to 1700, coral stones and egg whites make the walls. Molave, balayong, and terracotta glue the roof together. Although this is built during the Spanish occupation, the owner of the house, Don Juan Yap, is a Chinese trader. Therefore, the design of the house is a mix of Chinese, Spanish, and Filipino inspirations. Cebu's native materials make up the furniture of the house. Moreover, religious images are over the house, which reflects the religiosity of the residents. 17. Jesuit House of 1730 or Museo de Parian. Image source still in the same area, a walking distance from Yap San Diego Ancestral House is the Jesuit House of 1730. It is also the Museo de Parian. The second highest ranking Jesuit priest in the Philippines used to reside here. Moreover, this house welcomed transient Jesuit missioners from various regions. Like Yap San Diego, the coral stones and terracotta hold the house. However, the place is real grand, the ceilings are high, the walls are high. This has become the meeting place of the early Cebuano elites. To add, the house preserves some ceramics spotted during the Ming Dynasty. 18. Casa Gorodo Museum. Image source from the Jesuit House, you just have to walk, and in about 5 minutes, you get to Casa Gorodo Museum. This house-turned-museum is where the first Cebuano bishop, Juan Gorodo, resided. Originally built during the 1800s, a Spanish businessman Juan Isidro de Gorodo purchased the house. Due to Ramon Aboita's Foundation's Cultural Heritage Program, Casa Gorodo became a museum in 1980. The museum depicts Philippine culture between the 1800s to 1900s. 19. Fort San Pedro. And about a 10-minute walk from Casa Gorodo is the oldest fort in the Philippines, Fort San Pedro. Spanish leader, General Miguel López de Legazpi commanded the building of this fort. De Legazpi thought to use it against Muslim warriors. However, as time passed by, other colonizers had used it for other reasons. When Americans occupied Cebu, their soldiers used this as their residence. Also, Americans educated Cebuanos in this fort. Further, during the Japanese colonization, the Japanese also used the fort as a barrack, a prisoner, and a hospital. The historicity of this smallest oldest fort in the country is undeniable. 20. Museo Sigbo. 4 blocks from Fort San Pedro is Cebu Museo. This is a large museum because it used to be Cebu's provincial jail. The lone architect in Cebu at that time, Domingo de Escandrillas, designed it in 1869. During the Spanish occupation, this served as a prison for Filipino captives. However, during the American period, Americans placed their horses here as stables for horse racing. Also, during Japanese time, the Japanese imprisoned Filipino opponents in this place. This becomes Cebu Provincial Detention and Rehabilitation Center (CPDRC), but CPDRC has relocated. Thus, on August 5, 2008, the place became a museum since it has a rich role in Cebu's history. 21. Camotes Island. From the city, we go to the northern part of Cebu where a magnificent island lies, Camotes Island. The travel time from Cebu City to Danao Port, which is where you ride on a boat toward the island, is about 1 hour. From Danao Port, traveling by sea takes 2 hours. Camotes Island gives you numerous attractions to go to. In a day, you can go to a lake, to a cave, to an islet, and of course, to beaches. To maximize your time, it is best to be there for more than a day though. Visit Santiago Beach, which has a long, white shoreline, Mangodlong Rock, which has picturesque blue and green waters, Lake Danao, which has a serene green lake where you can use a kayak to land on the mini land in the center, Bukalit Cave, which you can swim in with its fresh cold waters, Tulang Diat, which is a paradise-like islet with its white sand and alluring waters. Other equally great places are Timubo Cave, Holy Crystal Cave, Paraiso Cave, Buho Rock Beach Resort, Busay Falls, Bika Beach. Again, Camotes Island is abounding in spots to go to. Stay there for 3 days for the best vacation experience. 22. Bantayan Island. Going to the northernmost of Cebu, a gem awaits you, Bantayan Island. This area is one of the most sought-after spots of Cebu. As a matter of fact, it becomes popular in the country when a film was shot there. Many flocks to enjoy the breathtaking beaches of Sto. Fe, Bantayan. From Danao, you will travel 2 to 3 hours more to reach Hagnaya Port. This is the gateway for you to be transported to Bantayan Island via ferry. The ferry travels 1.5 hours. With the affordable accommodation yet world-class scenery, you could never go wrong with Bantayan Island. You will enjoy the tranquility and the beautiful waves of its seas. 23. Cebu Safari and Adventure. From Danao, in less than 30 minutes, you can reach a destination worth your money and time, Cebu Safari and Adventure Park. Cebu Safari and Adventure Park is the largest zoo in the Philippines. And it has Asia's longest zipline, a whopping 1.2 kilometers. This zoo includes plant and animal species of various kinds, such as exotic tigers and birds. Becoming at par with international zoos, Cebu Safari and Adventure Parks brings you to the amazing nature of Carmen Mountains. Since this is in Carmen, a northern part of Cebu which would take long hours from the city, it is best to travel as early as possible. The opening is at 8 in the morning, but the last admission time is at 2 p.m. The tour at the zoo takes at least 3 hours. What is more interesting and unique about this spot is you can enjoy many thrilling activities, hiking and canyoning in the waterfalls, biking, swaying in the ziplines, and many more. 24. Cebu Ocean Park. Added to the list as Cebu's best tourist destination is Cebu Ocean Park, which has just been opened in August 2019. Cebu Ocean Park is the Philippines' biggest oceanarium. Located just behind the large SM Seaside Mall and beside the wondrous San Pedro Calungsod Chapel, this is a perfect place for young kids as it is accessible to those who are near the city, and is surely educational and entertaining. There are thousands of marine species settled in aquariums of varied shapes and sizes. Fascinating-looking sea creatures are catchers to the tots' curious minds. In addition, this site is available every day from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Do not miss to explore this park with family. 25. Anjo World Theme Park. Another new spot in Cebu that makes it to the list is Anjo World Theme Park. Anjo World Theme Park is Visayas' largest theme park and Cebu's pride for its world-class designs and rides. It is situated in Minglanilla, roughly an hour from Cebu City. True to its name, Anjo World has zones with themes based on the major continents of the world. It is like a quick tour of the countries and cultures of the globe. This theme park is a mini Disneyland. It has exciting rides and has a snow world. The best word to describe the experience here is fun. During weekdays, this opens from 12 noon to 8 p.m. with a 450 pesos per person fee for unlimited rides. During weekends, Anjo World operates a longer time from 10 in the morning to 9 in the evening, at a 550 pesos fee per person. Snow World is an attractive feature that visitors would only visit this section for 350 pesos. However, if you have already paid for the unlimited rides, you only need to add 200 pesos as a pass in the Snow World. This is definitely a worth-it destination for adventure and amusement. Finally, Cebu tourist spots are a mixture of historic sites, gorgeous beaches, and fun activities. This Cebu tourist spots guide is arranged by geographical location so you can go to several places in one trip. You may also check our Cebu City tour package for a hassle-free trip. There are still many places to visit in Cebu. So start packing your bags, and travel to Cebu. Thank you for watching. Hope you like the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook channel. Keep safe and have a good day.